Playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Looking to throw. Davis. Caught on the right side by Adams. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll run with Herbert. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Come on, set! Ready.
They're going for it. Here's Herbert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half. You've got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be... Keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Herbert once more. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert powering up the middle. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run here with Herbert. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, That's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now Jackson finds his man. It's Kohler. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. From the 43, here's 2nd and a yard. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Jackson's throw brought in here by Bateman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 43 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Down to the 42, 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Davis. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Here's Jackson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll be out right at the 35. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. Back to throw. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. Inside the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On second down, Jackson. And the Raiders have got him. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Inside the 20.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Jackson on second down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's caught by Myers. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Carlson on for the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson under pressure. They got him again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Taking on the midfield logo.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Come on.
Davis now. Open man is Myers. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Davis. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the...
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. A little whipped cream on top to their ending.
As our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lead, yeah, a little extra on top.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready, because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.